one of the worries is like, okay, let's light some sage again. Let's actually light the sage. I'm worried that yeah, the health crisis is, you need to take care of yourself. Virgo rules the health industry, people working in health, just generally, right? The health services, the healer. It rules the healer. So for the next 6 months, you see the eclipse seasons kind of span out, and they give a theme. Now the eclipse of the moon in Virgo, it's involved with this eclipse. See, the sun is in Pisces. Do you feel you're in a video game? And like some people, you just see if you um, invite just anybody in. Now, I'm not saying to not experience people and allow them to be what they are and what they like and be different. No, not at all. I love seeing how weird people are. But when you start to get the gut wrenching, the gut hitting feeling that the narcissist gives you, it's spontaneous. And that's what's unfortunate about this place, this experience where you just go like this, and then you sit back and you're digesting it, and then what do you do? You know, a lot of people know what I'm talking about. There's a way to handle it, which is just ignore it and keep your distance. Do not invest anything emotionally, spiritually, financially, anything wise. Like I said, there's a way to handle and get into people's weird stuff and study it and listen and just you need to know that if it is a narcissist there, their patterning with people is that they go through people a lot. They do have a lot. So therefore they have a pool of people that they have that, yeah. Well, flying monkeys is one of the terminologies to use because they can just turn and do a smear campaign. Um, it's you against a mob. Hi, Jesus. Was that you? Girl, I love you. You're welcome. Come here. Good gracious. Whew. Issues of men and women are going to come up very naturally. The masculine is dealing with having to lick all the wounds of the mother, I guess. That's the Cancerian energy that it's inside of right now, which is very uncomfortable for Mars. Not a good place. It is debilitated. It's not going to function. Take it from me, I am a Mars ruled person, and I don't even know anymore. It's kind of been 5 months, and it's like I don't know what it is to have my full power anymore. But when I do, and I felt it a little bit when Mars went into Leo, and it begins to just all of a sudden trine and make a great aspect to the fire signs, including Aries. See, Aries right now is being squared a bit, let alone that Mars is debilitated there. It's just not a good place. Hurting. Have to go in and stop hurting. Have to go in and nurture, do radical self-care, realize that, it's just up to me to just feed myself and do the nurturing. It's really important that you do that. We're not out of the pressure cooker right now, and like I was talking about well, it's remarkable that there's this eclipse on 14th of March that it's there's a lot of planets involved with it. It's not just a loner lunar eclipse, so that because there's a lot of vibrations that's coming with the healing aspects of the Virgonian moon, which is going to be highly communicating. We're going to see something about communications is vital over the next 6 months because it's a Mercury ruled event with that eclipse, and Mercury rules Gemini, so we look at Gemini, and all of this is actually squaring the planet that is in Gemini, which is Jupiter. Now, this tells me it's issues kind of not only information, but it's coupling up with our values system, money. Yeah, it's kind of difficult. Jupiter is difficult in Gemini also. It's hard to expand because Gemini is naturally expanding, kind of thinned out vibration. Yeah, it's very intelligent and it's mental. And when Jupiter goes in there, it's detail oriented too. It's like the 7 and 1, you know. When Jupiter's there, it just expands this chaos that can be just the mind doing details and labeling things and getting the information right. They're very good at that, right? The book read knowledge and the understanding and collecting. Yeah, they're very smart people. But then we have Virgo that is their lesson. See, Geminis are having a trippy time right now. So is Pisces, been going on. Um, well, because of the Neptune, but Saturn too. Conjuncting Neptune here is kind of a trippy thing that Saturn is trying to give this all structure as far as where is all of the like weirdness in the world going on? Why does it look the way it does? Because it's something comes through us, but do we control that, or are we being controlled through trauma and stuff like that? Of course we are, because a whole other world is going to emerge once we get through living in fear and doing things that, first of all, we need representatives and leaders, and they're just going to pop out. What you do is you play the video game here, and you start liking them, and they're already kind of here, but they need to know about the language thing. Yeah, and I figured out there's a time when the cake is going to be all ready. I can tell they're putting the icing on it right now, and I'm like, because I'm the cherry on top as far as a communicator, and no matter what you narcissists are led to believe in your mind, you're kind of funny. But there isn't a single platform on social media, the gadgets, that isn't completely transparent. Now I say on the other side because that's what they see. There's a huge mainframe of the human brain that is like it's a literal like big black box cube that's over in CERN, that holds all of this information that's happening since the beginning of the first blip that could electronically store information that began to write more and more, get more and more language oriented rather than just a blip. But it's still a blip. See, they 100% it's working on just on and off signals, ones and zeros, just yes or no. Um, it's kind of scary that way because the system, you think that they are playing chess, a complicated game of colorful chess, but no, you think that, but no, they're just playing checkers. Did they vote or did they not vote? Yep, a lot of them voted. Okay, fuck it. Let's burn this place down, do this and that, blah, 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 and just carry on with the bad language, too, that allows, because nobody can see what I had figured it out. And I'm going to, and you make go viral as far as what I was talking about, the platform that's completely transparent. And you start pasting, copy pasting, and see the masterpiece that I need to have my concentration over, that I need to create, which it's working on me. Believe me, it's coming through. It's getting easier and easier. That when people read I think it's going to open both hemispheres of their brains. There's going to be no question that they're going to see something and it's going to be like, it will be so. I'm not here to convince anybody, babes. They're going to see the truth right there. That's just what's going to give them a, God exists. It's a human being. That's the image. I mean, that's the technological advancement that's here put by the creator of creation, that you are a technology and you operate by feeling good. Okay. Joy is the key. You have a keyboard here. I trip out on why they would name it board. It's because, see, you're a board member. And not meaning that you're going to fall asleep on us. That's the narcissist over there. It's hard for them to hear anything of like anything. That like how some people like to say sayings. You'll never hear them really saying a saying, um, and further translate it with their original understanding of what it is. It doesn't hit a bell. It kind of goes, oh, whoops, fall. Yeah, it doesn't give you that zing that a child is like, yep, that's right. Can I go play now? Um, yeah, what I'm talking about is very real. I am being refined. What I'm chosen to refine this information coming in about language. It's already here. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm talking about trying to take care of myself enough with what little I am working with. Now, Neptune is going over my ascendant. I was trying to tell people about this. And I'll look at the track right now, and I'll tell you when it hits 6 degrees for us really quick, because, well, that's just my inquiry, right? But it does hit Aries by May. We're at 1 degrees Aries. We're at 2 degrees Aries by June. Then by July 4th, which is a trippy time, as you know, it begins to hit backwards. Go backwards. Now, when Neptune goes backwards, you want to talk about, like, I can see clearly now, the rain has gone. Whoops. Everybody's being deceived. We have to look at it. Once again, it goes through Aries, and a lot of people, who knows what's going to happen. When it does hit, you see, it's going to go over my ascendant, and I would love to get a support group to help me with going the high road with my vibrational frequency, because when Neptune goes over your ascendant, it's very rare, and it usually means that you're some kind of, well, especially in Aries. In Aries, you want to look at it like, well, what kind of a spectacle is this? Because Neptune is, if there is a god to identify that says, no, this is what is the main ingredient here in the universe, it's water. It's that Pisces. It's the spirit. That's where all of our spirituality. We look at that as Pisces. Everything down to the nitty gritty. How it really is. That this world is sown with seeds of sorrow. That ocean out there is salty because that's the amount of tears that Christ has cried before just folding back into the ethers. And that figure right there is living now, today. It could be next door over there and you think they're crazy. Go give them an avocado sandwich, man. Learn to love your neighbor. It could be that they're becoming Christ aware, and this fucking world, look she just brought me her ball. I love her so much. She's so interesting. I was trying to tell you about this cat. I am not, yeah, she's different. I didn't make her that way either. I don't think so. No, I was picking up, see, I'm a super sensitive empath. And I was picking up on, I'm an energy worker. I just kind of went, because we don't know what we are until, like, we find ourselves like, well, wait a minute. It's the definition starts to come in, now getting back to Neptune, and getting more definition only when it goes retrograde. Then all of all the qualities of water, how it can become a cloud and rain and even an ice cube, goes away into like a smoothly running, just matter of fact, the sun is shining, and don't you see that there's a river, and there's first it starts out as a little tiny trickle, right? And then you get into the river, because, well, we're in the Pisces vibe. There is a Neptune aspect happening. It's just snuck up on us, and that's the way Neptune is. It's like, by the way, did you get through all of the deception that's happening around you? I mean, Christ did say, after all. That's where the story comes from. It's like, wait a minute, something is fishy around here. And it's good. Go catch some fish. Learn how to catch fish. Show people how to fish. Stupid. Stop hoarding all the knowledge, too. See, that's the church over there. Like, we have the answer. Just, is there some way we can take that figure down that we just killed over there, man? Because it says it's your leader and everything. You're supposed to make sense out of that, kids. You're supposed to make perfect sense. I know that we do. We make CENTS. Out of what? Why? Why do you need it? I'm sorry. Christ Jesus was like this. She's like, excuse me. We don't need notes. We need tone. See, if you spell the word atonement, look the word up. But those are 3 words. There is a, well, see, the main word in there is one, but tone. Tone, in the word tone is the word one. And so resonation means that you've become one with the truth. And when you're one with the truth, like, I know I'm just flipping through this information really quick, but I would love, and I will get to it. I need a really good, at least, you got to pay $1,000 to $1,200, unfortunately, acoustic guitar. And I'll prove to you what resonation is. It's pretty cool and scientific, but I can find the resonation of just about anything. Every single object has a tone, down to the atomic level, up to galactic. And yes, I'm a musician. I've been working with it all my life freehand. I wasn't, see, I know what I know by downloads and fucking intuition. Now, I was trying to tell you when Neptune hits my fucking ascendant. Now, you can look it up and say, well, what is Shauna talking about? And go on YouTube and find out what natal, transiting Neptune, moving over natal ascendant in Aries. It happens to people just once every 165 years. Some people, it never happens to them. There's a wide spectrum. You'd be surprised. Okay, in this year, it's going to go back into retrograde. It's a time, more time of clarity about how you feel about your indeed what is most important is the quality of the human relationships that you're conducting. The universe is our relation with each other. The universe is what gives you everything you want. This means that the people that you're with, and if you can have an eye to eye, and see, that's where this information is really important. By the time I put the cherry on top with the language thing, and if you want to open your own central banking system that is geared for the social society, which is the human being, because there's 2 types here, ladies and gentlemen. There's the human being and or good friend, love achieved, and then there's the non-human being that has yet to achieve becoming human. They're not enlightened yet. They don't know what love is. They have a fake God. In fact, they killed the church over there. That's what it is. That organization there is not at all interested in God so much as just somehow harnessing the very interest of really the curiosity, the very nature of the human, the very engine of what they're all about here. Just kind of sending them here into prison for whatever reason. And then there's the other scene where it's like a prison within a prison. Yes. Sometimes they just send you to the electric chair over there. That's what the cross is. No? Yeah, that's what that is. That always happened. Capital punishment. They hang people on crosses and torture them. And you're supposed to be out there going, yeah, damn it. I don't think you can do that much anymore, really, especially if it was like 45 million people just going into rapture and saying, excuse me, no. And then, see, usually they just cut the heads off right away. You can't say no. You get reactive abuse. I was like, well, there's something wrong with you, and then they take everything away from you, and it's like, of course there's something wrong with me. I'm starving now. Well, we'll solve your problem. Psychopaths, by the way, that's what they do. Cause the problem, then solve the problem. Yay. See, it's all about money. No? How do you like me now? I'm a fucking comedian. So we go back into December, where Neptune goes forward. I'm just looking for when it actually officially hits 6 degrees right on my fucking ascendant. something is going to happen here. I'm going to turn into like a Neptune. That I'm water for one. I'm going to assume the highest vibration of the Neptune because, babes, I can't afford anything else. I don't want to go down like Whitney Houston, okay? Or it's a big, be careful of water. Well, become water's friend. You know, we have to kind of figure out how to do water. I might become a water. I was thinking about opening a water bar. Dead serious. There's one over there, but there needs to be one in my community because the water machine up here, it's broken, and they're just not fixing it now. And if I didn't know any better, I'm talking about being targeted, babes. It has a camera in it and stuff, and people see me using it. I mean, I use it, but the store owner said, and the store owner doesn't care. See, the store owner said, yeah, I know, you and all of town, all of the residences use that water machine. It's because they found out that they tainted the water, and they know, and they're really upset. I went to the water company 3 times. It was the time when they completely staged something, and then they fucking X'd out the public. They said, now you go away, we're going to have our meeting. It was obvious, just no more public um, meetings about water and what's going on here. And everybody in there are very, they are reptilian members. They're stationed up here. It's amazing the way that it's been kind of overlaid with these characters that are not human beings. You know, you have to learn to live in this place. If you really knew that you were institutionalized, then you would learn how to take care of each other better. That's just a natural humanitarian code that forms in the actual institutions, jailhouses. And that's a well-known thing because, well, my uncle spent a lot of time in prison, and he spoke of it. He was very interesting, an Aquarius, and so he's just got this natural humanitarian um, consciousness about him. And no, he wrote some articles that were very fascinating, and he had a view about life and how, he was a fucking, excuse me, donate some money to my Cash App, and I'll clean up my, that's my cuss jar, I'll clean up my cussing. Thank you. He was a Saturn in Pisces, and that's where Saturn is now. And anyway, yeah, that's fascinating because, well, the whole population is going through like this subconscious fucking sweeping. That's what the full moon coming up is all about. Virgo is going to try to do something, but why is it being eclipsed? I think it's just drawing attention to the moon and saying you need to look at your fucking health and how you treat your healer, your real life healers. Say all of the genre of methods that we use to heal, like the sanctuaries, like say the wilderness, and they talk about virgin earth, but they're calling it Mother Earth, but no, that needs to be changed to virgin. We're talking about the original design that's here, the way that God set things up. Why are you going away from having tapped? So you tap the truth more and more, and your whole everything changes around you. You can become a benevolent being and become the ETs that can do nothing but telepathy. And they're driving vehicles. I saw some just like 3 weeks ago. It was called to my attention by some owls. I don't know, it was a mystical experience, but then I saw it, and it just like, I was so in awe that I was watching these vehicles go so fucking fast, but they were going in formation, and then they went so fast up, out, away from this magnetic electrical spectrum that I can tell that they were first going about 90,000 miles an hour, but then they went up to like 180,000 miles an hour in just a whip. And I'm just glad that, see, my eyes are kind of going bad now, but I'm glad that I was able to just see that. I even saw the shape they were in. They are. They are triangle trippy things. Probably just one version. And they're using clouds. I can get into that too. They use cloud fields. I saw it myself, so I could tell you. You know, it was just 3 weeks ago. I don't think I made a big deal about it, but I put something on a Facebook page, but yeah, because I was really excited. Anyway, keep your eye out for these Neptunian people. With the on the ascendant, they could be your spiritual healers. They could be like they'll probably turn into an icon just on your TV set because Neptune rules these mediums through which that we will appear to each other, even through artistry, any medium that we use to transmit an expression that otherwise would never be seen. See, it rules TV. It rules Neptune. I mean, it rules Neptune rules how it works. Yeah, and that's why it's Neptune ruled. It's very mystical if you look into it because it's actually the nature of reality also because water is going to be showing you color in such a way that when you shine a light, and the steam drops or even especially rain, you'll see the rainbow. And the rainbow is actually part of you. You're intrinsically part of that color field. Yeah, when you move, it will move. And you can't ever catch it. And it's a trip. So I'll give you some more information here because of the way that Neptune is. Now talk about just being a permanent LSD trip and then being able to give people a contact high. Just that it's like they don't need LSD, or what I mean is the anything that the thing that gives people a contact high about what, well, they kind of already knew it, but it starts to resonate inside of them. Getting back to resonation now. See, we do this through communications. And I'm going to clean it up a bit when my Cash App fills up to $2,550,000 trillion because that's my cuss jar. It's yours too, by the way. You would stop cussing, believe me, if that happened for you. And I'll stay open. I'll stay open. By that time, it's not about money anymore, babe. Do we really want money? No. I want to stay healthy. Good God. Let's protect each other with it at least. Good God, people. Gee. Weaponized. So here we are in 1926. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna start calling it 26 now. I think it's official. You don't have to say 2026 anymore. Just say 26. You know how you say? I was born in 26. Or see what year were you born? From here on out, you can just if you're born in 26, you just say 26. You won't say 2026. Ah, love you guys. Thanks for listening and hitting like and subscribe. Nothing. So it's not going to go over my ascendant. Here it is at 3 degrees in September, going backwards, doing this jig. I'm watching it, and when I do this, I start to intuitively pick up on things. I'm getting back into my meditative study of astrology, where it's intuitive, and then I begin to see if I do your chart. I start to dial in. If you contact me more about it, and you want to know, just let me know, and I will look into it, and I'll begin to start to just memorize it. And then you can just inquire, and if you need, but I will just let you know that we're going through a season right now. It's kind of slow, especially with, um, well, don't mind Venus and Mercury eventually after the full moon going retrograde, which just like is like, well, we're going forward. No, let's go back. There's something you have to go back with your love life and the communications there and the feminine and stuff like that. And it's going to be okay. We'll be okay. Right now it's rough because it's in Aries, but it goes back into its co-ruler of Pisces, and it's the most amazing thing that goes on. Take care of yourself. Get away from the negative vibes because you're going to get a download spiritually. We're going through a spiritual thing, Pisces, with the way that So I'm looking at 6 degrees Neptune in 27. Yep, it starts in May and boom, it's next year. It's not too long from now. I mean, I'm passing years right now. I don't know about you, but hitting level 50 and you start passing years like 3 weeks at a time. Interesting, isn't it, kids? For a kid, like 1 year, if they're 2 years old or 4 years old, 2 years is like half their life. No, you don't talk to them about a year or even a day. It's like, that's a long time from now. I gotta wait a day. Shit. No, that's just a wink, babes. You guys are very, very weird because I don't even believe in time at all. See, one time I did. My third eye just went zing about something, and ever since then, I have seen how that. Wow, I just passed 3 hours, but it only shifted 15 minutes. That will happen. You're just like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? That's when your third eye opens, you'll see time in a different way. We are looking at that the possibility could happen for a lot of people. See, this is why you want to take care of yourself and people are forgetting about it, but Mars is going to hit Pluto. Oh my God, babes. The warlords are going to fucking burn shit down again. Watch. Something trippy is going to happen because that's what they're doing. They know about the one eye too, that nah, you're not awake yet. They're just doing anything and everything. You don't know that the interfacing system sent from benevolent beings who live in outer space, benevolent, good people, God people. They fashioned it up. They know what the human aperture is and the interfacing system is. They invented it. They are the creators of creation. They sent this. They were trying to do something here. It points at the very science that you are, the third eye opening, and then how the creation of creation starts to expose. Now, when you start to become realized, see, we only have yet to see. We see some evidence of powers that can be coming through us. Not only just being able to harmonize enough, like make sense enough. Love. You become, see, it doesn't happen without becoming a loving. See, this is a human thing. Christ, Jesus talks about the third eye. I love when they talk. You can see what she was speaking about. Just find out the words there and try to do translation. Throw the other shit away. There's just a small pamphlet, instructions probably, and I could do a better job, right, with what I found out about the interfacing system. Look at how cute she is. She's so cute. Oh God. Oh, Buoy. Miley. Milo. Niti. I think I'm shuffling through sounds to find her name, and her name is Natalie. Natalie. But I came up with diddle diddle. Diddle diddle. But isn't that a weird name for a cat? But no, she looks exactly like a Natalie. Or a Bondi Shrot. Or a Catty Toot. I'm pretty sure she's a Miley Shry. No, she's a 90 Toot. A Billy Bomb. A Booney Toonie Man. She likes it. She loves real conversation, though. I talked to her about her food. How that, yeah, no, I'm going to give her some corn. And she loves her corn. I tell you about how that she does not eat meat. I'm worried about, I can tell by the way she's playing with me. Very, very interesting. She doesn't use her claws. She'll do it, but no, she is a healer. She's a healer. She's a mystical creature like a healer, though, but she's in the form of a cat, like a witch would be or something. She's definitely a healer, though. And she's trying to save my life, which your animal probably is, too, at this point. Go and sit with it. Um, I love her so much because, why? Well, I can, for one. See, I love my chickens, too. Oh, God, they're so beautiful and wonderful. See, love is something that if you have enough cultivated, if you know actually how to be with things and enhance their potential, especially see the life form thing, the life force energy, whatever, the connection. As a human being, you're very special to be able to dial in and make something grow better just because you're being present to its very nature, all its needs and everything. And the main thing, babes, is just freedom. Freedom. Let it be what it is. Because it's already here, and there isn't anything more or less. God knew what he was doing when he made you and everything else. Can you fucking just relax? The answer is no. So, but that's a phenomenon of not being enlightened yet. And look at the trapeze of the world that says we don't give a shit. Just get on this fucking Ferris wheel and be addicted to trying to fill up that emptiness that is there, that you don't know it's like it's supposed to be there. Just, do you notice that you come here totally intact within and without, And there isn't anything more or less that you need than to be able to be awake enough to start to come alive to your purpose. And you don't know that until you're 45. You start when you're 5. And it may morph, like my music. It's like, wait a minute, it's not just about the music. It's about bringing back what music really provides as a higher learning tool and stuff like that. It just keeps expanding. By the time a rebellious child, when they're 5 years old, gets to be 45, most likely he fucking probably ran away from home or something. And he's doing that rightfully because he wants to get away from narcissistic, probably highly abusive people. But if he does it right, see, if he keeps just trying to get his rights and stuff, he becomes something to reckon with. 45 years later, 50, he's something that has already made a difference probably around him. I mean, that kind of person who rebels and says, no, there's a whole different way of doing things and I'm going to go find it myself. But they know about that the place needs rehabilitation and they become one of those kind of people. Right? See, it expands because he's thinking, oh, I got to save myself. And then he becomes somebody that helps others save themselves, right? So you just don't know. See, they hijack all of that. The fact that, no, you need, well, first of all, were you set free? Did you have people around you who are working with their hands and minding their own business with a lot of things? Because, of course, they're going to transfer onto you that interest just by it being there. And if all is going well, they are guiding you in and doing it in such a way that's adult. They're not saying no and don't touch that and well, go over there, damn it, would you please? Right? No, 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 man. Think about it. No, kids are supposed to be doing things like farming with us and stuff. Just let them go do it too. They love it, right? See, there's a culture that has enslaved kids. You know, but it's done cruelly. It's a cruelty thing. There isn't a good energy of creative people behind it. It's more like we have figured out something of the obvious. Let's enslave them. That's satanic. Anything that keeps you in bondage to your own needs, really, it turns your needs into bondage. Just the curiosity, the need to know, and then to be of some fucking use. They abuse. Abuse. Happy Sunday. I hope you liked this video. I'm trying to make them clean enough to where I don't have to edit because that takes time, and I get a little energy from here, especially if somebody says, "Hey, I hear you" or something. Not that I'm relying on that. No, what I mean is it's been a hell of a time for the Aries, the part of the organism that does hold good energy and know how to restore. It's just in Cancer, and then Venus goes into Aries, and she doesn't like it there either. And I'm very Venetian also, and it's like, hold on a minute. We have to redo something, so it's going to go retrograde. And it's like, don't mind the drag, literally the drag too. Here I am wearing. How do you like my? I'm wearing a men's shirt. I've always wore men's clothing across the board, except for my underwear, but my socks definitely. You want to be able to um, achieve moving around safely, at least, and that's why I dress like a man. It's not so noticeable as when men try to dress like women. The poor things. I happen to think that the skirts make more sense, don't you? Because there's more moving parts there. You love this part of the video. Like and subscribe. Could you imagine that? So they need more wind, and I mean, I don't see how the pants going right there is very good for them. They're always like shifting it this way and that way. I don't know. Whatever. I think that's the woman should be wearing the pants, right? Babes, we've been reversed upon. But when you see something going to off into complete left field, then you know that we have to figure something out, and we do. We fix our language. We just start a club. We say, wait a minute, human beings are here, and I'm pretty sure it consists of men and women. What do you think? Do you think here is there?